There's something about the ocean that messes with your mind. One moment it's calm, waves rolling in, the salty breeze hitting your face, and the next, it's this endless, inky void that could swallow you whole. Scientists say just looking at water can calm your brain, slow your heart rate, and put you in a relaxed state. But that's exactly how the ocean gets you, by making you forget what's really down there. Because beneath those waves is a pure nightmare fuel. Miles of unexplored darkness, creatures that shouldn't exist, and deep-sea sounds that defy explanation. Some things down there don't just look strange. They're strange. So join us on this journey as we uncover 15 eerie facts about the ocean that will leave you terrified to swim. Let's start off with Number 15. The ocean is a human graveyard. The ocean has a simple rule. If it takes you, it keeps you. There are over 3 million shipwrecks scattered across the ocean floor, but that's just the vessels. The digits of human remains hidden beneath the waves? Unfathomable. The USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship, vanished in 1918 with 309 people aboard. No distress signal, no things. Just gone. More recently, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared over the Indian Ocean, and despite massive search efforts, most of it remains missing. Deep-sea pressure, scavengers, and endless darkness ensure that once something sinks far enough, it's never coming back. Bodies in the ocean don't decompose the way they do on land. In the deep, cold waters, some are preserved for decades, even centuries. Others dissolve into nothing, erased without a trace. The ocean doesn't care about closure, and it certainly doesn't return what it claims. It just absorbs the loss and moves on, just like a black hole. Number 14. The bioduck. In 1960, submarine crews patrolling off Western Australia started hearing something strange. A deep, repetitive sound coming from the abyss. It wasn't mechanical, it wasn't geological, and as far as anyone knew, it wasn't a giant duck. For over 50 years, this sound, now known as the bioduck, stumped scientists. It echoed through the Southern Ocean, sometimes near the surface, sometimes deep in the dark, and then it would vanish. Every time researchers thought they had it figured out, the sound moved, shifted, and refused to cooperate. Then in 2014, scientists finally traced it to Antarctic minke whales. That solved one part of the mystery, but the rest remains unanswered. Why do they make this sound? Is it for mating, hunting, whale talk? Well, no one knows anything. Every winter, the bioduck echoes through the ocean, and the whales dive into the abyss. Whatever they're doing down there, they're keeping it to themselves. Number 13. The Lost City. Earth's first life forms didn't emerge in some idyllic, shallow lagoon. If modern research is right, life began in a boiling, alien hellscape at the bottom of the ocean. In 2017, researchers found microscopic iron-rich tubes inside ancient seafloor rocks, structures nearly 4 billion years old. These formations closely resemble the organic tubes formed around modern-day hydrothermal vents, deep-sea chimneys spewing superheated, mineral-rich fluids. These vents, particularly the ones in a rare formation known as the Lost City, have the right chemistry to have sparked the first self-replicating cells. Unlike most hydrothermal vents, which are acidic and scorching, the Lost City's vents produce gentle, alkaline fluids, a prime setting for organic molecules to form. While scientists may never find absolute proof of life's origins, the Lost City remains one of the best existing links to how life itself may have started. Deep, dark, and in a place humans were never meant to reach. Number 12. Rogue waves are nature's unpredictable killers. Well, forget Kraken. Rogue waves are the ocean's real killers. These monstrous walls of water appear out of nowhere, often doubling the height of surrounding waves. Some stretch over 100 feet tall, capable of crushing ships like Pepsi cans. For centuries, sailors whispered about these freak waves. But it wasn't until 1995 that science confirmed their existence when the Dropner wave, a nearly 85-foot wave, struck an oil platform in the North Sea. Unlike tsunamis, which are triggered by quakes, rogue waves form from chaotic ocean currents, making them completely unpredictable. Some theories suggest that multiple smaller waves can align perfectly to form a superwave, while others believe deep-sea energy surges cause these oceanic nightmares. No warning, no pattern, just a towering mass of water capable of swallowing ships whole. Sailors fear them, scientists study them. But the ocean? It doesn't care. It just keeps making them. Number 11. It is home to creatures that shouldn't exist. Beneath the surface, evolution takes a dark turn. The deep sea is home to monsters, real ones. The colossal squid, with eyes the size of dinner plates, lurks in the inky blackness, its hooked tentacles capable of tearing prey apart. The goblin shark, an ancient predator, can launch its entire jaw forward to snatch unsuspecting victims. Then there's the anglerfish, a beast straight out of a nightmare. It uses a glowing lure on its head to attract prey in total darkness before devouring them whole. The fangtooth fish, with its grotesquely large teeth, is one of the deepest-dwelling predators on Earth. Despite its terrifying appearance, it's only about 6 inches long, but in the abyss, size doesn't determine the fear factor. Perhaps the most unsettling fact? Scientists constantly discover new deep-sea species, many of which look completely alien. The deeper we explore, the stranger things get. And the scariest part? We haven't even found the worst of them yet. Number 10. It can crush and melt humans. The deeper you go, the more the ocean stops feeling like water and starts feeling like a death trap. At 12,100 feet, the pressure is so intense that a human body would be crushed instantly. Even submarines built to withstand deep-sea travel risk imploding under the weight of thousands of tons of water. And if pressure alone doesn't kill you, hydrothermal vents will. These black smokers spew superheated water reaching up to 700 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt human flesh in seconds. These underwater geysers create an environment so extreme that only bizarre life forms like giant tube worms and bacteria-laden shrimp can survive. Humans? We wouldn't last a second. That's why deep-sea exploration is so dangerous. Divers can't survive beyond 130 feet without specialized gear, and even then, the risk of nitrogen narcosis, essentially deep-sea drunkenness, sets in, causing hallucinations and disorientation. The ocean doesn't just kill, it does so in ways that science is still struggling to fully understand. Number 9. It is a breeding ground for bacteria and viruses. Most people assume that the ocean is a giant self-cleaning bathtub. It's not. It's more like nature's biggest petri dish, teeming with bacteria and viruses that you really don't want to meet. Take Vibrio vulnificus, a charming little flesh-eating bacterium that thrives in warm coastal waters. Step into the wrong tide pool with a cut on your leg, and congratulations, you're now hosting a microbe that can rot your flesh within hours. Then there's cholera because apparently the ocean never got the memo that we left medieval plagues behind. Even fish aren't safe. There are viruses out there capable of wiping out entire marine populations overnight, disrupting ecosystems, and sending seafood prices through the roof. Scientists suspect there are thousands of undiscovered viruses lurking in the deep, just waiting for their moment. The ocean is beautiful, yes, but it's also an unfiltered biological experiment, and we're all swimming in it. Number 8. Sinkholes are beautiful, but they will kill you. Sinkholes, or blue holes, as divers like to call them, look like nature's perfect swimming pools. Crystal clear water, stunning deep blues, and an eerie, bottomless void that may or may not have eaten a few explorers. These vertical death traps can drop over 1,000 feet straight down, with unpredictable currents, pitch-black tunnels, and pockets of water so oxygen-starved that even fish refuse to live there. Some, like the Dragon Hole in the South China Sea, are so deep that no one actually knows what's at the bottom. Many divers have gone in and never come back. Those who do survive describe the descent as disorienting, eerie, and deeply unsettling. Equipment malfunctions, nitrogen narcosis kicks in, and before you know it, you're wandering through an underwater maze with no exit. Blue holes might look inviting, but they are deadly. Number 7. It is full of unexplained sounds. For a place that's supposed to be peaceful, the ocean makes a lot of creepy noises. Scientists have been recording deep-sea sounds for decades, and some of them absolutely baffling. In 1997, NOAA picked up a sound now known as the bloop, a low, rumbling noise so loud it was heard over 3,000 miles away. The best part? No one really knows what caused it. The official explanation is icebergs cracking, but considering it was louder than anything a glacier should be capable of producing, many aren't convinced. Then there's Julia, upsweep, and slowdown, eerie, mechanical-sounding hums that have been detected and never fully explained. Some blame shifting tectonic plates, while others think undiscovered sea beasts are behind it. Well, whatever the case, something in the ocean is making noise, and it doesn't want to be found. Number 6. Where did 99% of ocean plastic go? This mess is everywhere. It clogs rivers, covers beaches, and forms floating garbage islands. Yet, when researchers tried to calculate how much plastic should be in the ocean, they ran into a bizarre problem. 99% of it is missing. Each year, millions of tons of plastic waste enter the ocean, but when scientists actually go looking for it, most of it can't be found. Some plastic gets eaten by marine life. Some sink into deep-sea trenches, never to be seen again. Some break down into microscopic fragments, dispersing across the planet in ways no one fully understands. And some, no one has a clue. Oceanographers call it dark plastic, a play on the dark matter that astronomers can't detect in space. Right now, there's more confidence in explaining black holes than in figuring out where trillions of plastic particles have disappeared. Number 5. Some sharks are out for blood. Sharks don't care about your vacation plans. Every year, there are dozens of unprovoked attacks worldwide, proving that the ocean isn't just a scenic getaway, it's also a hunting ground. In 2022 alone, 57 unprovoked and 32 provoked attacks were reported, according to the Florida Museum of Natural History. Most sharks don't actively seek out humans, but in murky water, a dangling leg can look a lot like lunch. Great whites, bull sharks, and tiger sharks are the usual suspects, known for their curious and aggressive nature. While the odds of an attack are still low, the fact remains: the ocean belongs to them, not us. So, if you're venturing into shark territory, just remember, they've been perfecting their hunting skills for 400 million years. You've been swimming for what? A few decades? Number 4. Rip currents can drag you out to sea. The ocean doesn't need a giant wave to pull you under. It has rip currents for that. These powerful, invisible channels of water can yank even the strongest swimmers hundreds of feet offshore in seconds. According to NOAA, rip currents are responsible for over 80% of beach rescue missions. They form unexpectedly, cutting through the waves like hidden escape routes for the sea itself. Fighting against them is a guaranteed way to exhaust yourself. The trick? Swim parallel to the shore until you're free, then head back. But at the moment, when panic sets in and the land disappears behind you, logic won't feel like much of a lifeline. The ocean isn't just dangerous because of what lies in it. It's dangerous because of how it moves, and it moves fast. Number 3. A tsunami could end the world. Tsunamis don't just hit the shore, they erase it. Between 1998 and 2017, these walls of water killed over 250,000 people worldwide, making them one of the deadliest natural disasters on the planet. Caused by earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or massive landslides, tsunamis can travel at 500 miles per hour, as fast as a jet. By the time they reach land, they've transformed into multi-story waves capable of leveling entire cities. And if an asteroid ever crashes into the ocean, scientists predict the resulting tsunami would be beyond catastrophic, enough to wipe out coastlines globally. There's no real way to fight a tsunami. Early warnings help, but once the water starts rising, survival depends on luck, elevation, and speed. The ocean remembers no boundaries, no maps, no human structures. When it wants to reclaim land, it does. Number 2. Oceanic black holes exist, and nothing escapes. The ocean is full of whirlpools so massive they act like underwater black holes. These swirling vortexes can stretch up to 93 miles in diameter, larger than Los Angeles, and just like their cosmic counterparts, they pull in everything around them with no escape. Unlike the small whirlpools you might see near docks or drains, these deep-sea maelstroms can swallow boats, marine life, and debris in seconds. Some persist for months, slowly shifting across the ocean like liquid hurricanes. Scientists are still studying how they form, but one thing is certain: if you're caught in one, there's no swimming out. Most are found in the open ocean, far from shore, but the idea that the sea is littered with giant, inescapable spinning voids, that's unsettling. Space has black holes. Earth just decided to put them in water. Number 1. The ocean is an unexplored abyss full of mysteries. We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the depths of our own planet. Over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, a vast and alien world where sunlight never reaches, and life has adapted in ways we can barely comprehend. The deep sea, plunging as far as 36,200 feet into the Mariana Trench, is Earth's final frontier, an abyss of crushing pressure, bone-chilling temperatures, and creatures that defy evolution itself. Then there's the Bermuda Triangle, a 500,000 square mile stretch of the Atlantic infamous for vanishing ships and planes. Though skeptics dismiss it as a myth, unexplained disappearances and compass malfunctions keep the legend alive. Even more unsettling, scientists estimate there are thousands of undiscovered species lurking in the deep. Whether it's colossal squid the size of buses or creatures that glow in the dark, we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what lurks below. The ocean keeps its secrets well, and some things are better left unknown. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.